right, folks, we're inside the Lyric now. I'm here with the director, Seth. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Well, glad to have you here to film a little bit.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. You probably didn't know, but we've been wanting to film this place since we started this 2 years ago.
No way. That's awesome.
So really happy about this. So we'll talk about the history of this place a bit. What I think I know about it is I think it was built in the early 1900s.
So this building that we are in today was built in 1929. Grand opening was April of 1930. This was actually the fourth location for the Lyric Theater. So the first Lyric opened right up the street here on North Main in 1909. Was a silent movie house, and then had a couple of other locations out on Main Street before they built this theater. It was built specifically for sound pictures, which was pretty special in 1930. It was the third theater in the state to be built specifically for talkies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then it's been here since
1930. So 1930 to 1989, the Lyric was open.
That's
operating.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it closed for a period.
It did, yeah. It closed in 1989. During the dark years, it was used as a temporary classroom space for Virginia Tech when the Squires building was being remodeled. The Democratic Party here in Blacksburg used the lobby for some of their operations, put candidates out on the marquee and stuff like that. But in 1994, a group of community members came together and they said, you know, this is such a Blacksburg landmark. We need to reopen that. So in 95, they formed our 501c3 nonprofit, the Lyric Council, which still exists today and governs the operations here of the Lyric. Raised over $1 million.
Wow.
Did a huge renovation project for the Lyric. Actually brought back a lot of they uncovered the original tapestries, had the lanterns inside made from the one original that they found, had those, had the carpet remade based on the original 1930s design.
Yeah,
so they really wanted to lean into the history of the building. And then the building reopened on April 17th in 1999 was the grand reopening, the 69th anniversary of the original grand opening of the theater.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking early 2000s, but close enough.
Yeah, you got it. So we've been open now for over 24 years as a non-profit private theater.
And we're just in time for spooky season here.
Exactly.
Perfect for our theme.
Yes, we normally don't have so many couples.
Well, I guess we could walk around.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely. So this ticket booth actually was constructed during the renovation.
Okay,
so it is not original. The original ticketing was out front in the awning as you came in. So this is not original to the.
Gotcha. I also like this. This looks.
The stanchions, yes. We can block off people if we have a concert or something like that. Just have the ticket line going one way, or we can do two if we have will call and walk up tickets.
Yeah, it looks old timey too.
Yeah, absolutely. So here is the one that we were talking about. Once again, usually free of cobwebs, but this is actually the only surviving original lantern that they found when they were doing the renovations in the 90s.
Huge.
Yes, and so they had all of the lanterns that are currently hanging in the auditorium modeled from this so that they'd be just like the originals that were here in 1930.
Nice.
And of course, this has always been our concessions area and lobby. It has definitely changed over the years. If you go back and look at pictures of the 70s and 80s, it was a kind of very, very 70s and 80s kind of plain, no frills space at that time. So we're glad that they wanted to bring back some of the original features. And of course, back here in the back of the lobby, we have our Murgatroyd projector, which was used for decades here
Yeah,
at
it's
the Lyric.
huge.
It is huge. This is one of two, the Murgatroyd and its sister Hortense, which Hortense was dismantled years ago, but Murgatroyd is still here for everyone to see and brought cinema to the Lyric for decades on end. And we have our friendly crow here for Halloween as well.
Oh yeah, it kind of blends in, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. How much do you think it weighs?
You know, I have no idea. I certainly would not want to be in front of it if it fell.
Yeah.
I would not want it to fall on me. It is steel.
Yeah, I was just
it's
thinking,
quite
I was
heavy.
like, how in the world did they get it down here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, upstairs?
Yeah, let's head upstairs and look. Oh, there's that.
Try to get it on there. A little bit of glare.
Now, what I always hear is this is one of the only theaters left that still has a balcony.
That is correct. Yeah, most of the theaters, these historic theaters, have been repurposed, reused, redesigned. Yeah, so we're very proud that we still have the balcony. Actually, the balcony has a lot of history. Back in the early decades of the Lyric's history, it was a segregated theater, of course. So all of the African American patrons actually sat to the back of this balcony. It was larger at one time. So you had the white section and then the African American section back there, and the entrance to the balcony was actually down on the street. It came up a separate entrance and everything. So thankfully, in 1963, everything was desegregated. Blacksburg agreed pretty readily to that, and since then we have no longer had to worry about that, but it is a part of our history that we feel is very important to note, and we do pay tribute to it with the plaque down there as you're coming up.
Oh, the one that we...
That's what we got on the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I honestly think this is probably like the best view.
Oh,
Personally, back up here.
100. I love the balcony. I love sitting in the balcony, especially for like live shows when we've got bands down there or something. It's so awesome because you get kind of that bird's eye view.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
performers, and you can see the musicians better. But yeah, I love the balcony. So I think, and it still is popular to this day. A lot of people come and immediately head for the balcony.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
And so when they come in, they can choose where they sit, I guess?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of our concerts are by seat, but all of our
Yeah.
films are just general admission, so they can choose where they want to sit. The only things that are seat specific are for our live concerts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, do we
What's
wanna
next?
go-
Of course.
Do you want to switch out?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
You can
okay.
keep going. You're doing good so far.
Oh, is this an older projector too?
That is an older, but
No, not as old
no,
as the
no,
others,
no. Yeah, that's not anything too terribly
Is
special.
it a digital or is it?
No, the digital one is in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's probably the kind of projectors they had when Don and I were kids. Looks like a server room.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're here in the projection room right now. Of course, Murgatroyd that we saw down in the lobby, the old reel-to-reel film projector, used to live up here with its sister Hortense. They were both set up at these windows facing out. While one was running the film, the projectionist was loading the other projector here. Of course, now we're into digital cinema, so we have our new DLP cinema digital projector over here, which is quite big in itself.
Yeah, it's even got an exhaust fan.
It does, yeah. It's and we've actually had to install an extra little AC back here just to keep this room
Yeah, probably
cooler
hot,
for the electronics. Yeah. When they're all running, it generates a lot of heat. And then we've got stuff set up here for streaming and stuff like that. So if you have
that's
an
cool.
event or something
Yeah.
that wants to stream their events to, off-site folks, they can do that as well.
Awesome. This is amazing. Oh, that's probably a good view there. Do we want to look at the downstairs? Is there anything to talk about down there? Or?
In the
The first floor,
auditorium itself,
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Float around.
Oh, good. You might know more about these than me.
I don't know. I'm sure you've done your research. All right. So here in the lobby, as you can see, these are the lanterns that were based on the original that we saw out in the lobby. And then we've got our original tapestries here on the walls during the 70s and 80s. This entire
Definitely looks 70s.
Yep.
80s, yeah.
Well, during the 70s and 80s, they actually had these covered with like this gold chenille velvet type curtains around. And so when they were ready to do the remodels, they actually pulled that down and found these underneath.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So these have been here for, almost 100 years now.
Jeez.
Wow. And then, of course, like during our live events and stuff, all of the screen goes up into the fly space and opens up the performance space here as well. Of course, these aren't original seats. These were redone when the theater was renovated in the 90s as well. And we
Gift of what? W&M?
Gift of W&M. So during that time when they were raising funds, they had folks sponsor traders.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad we can't do a Spooky Appalachia chair.
Well, maybe we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah.
Definitely want a Spooky Appalachia chair.
Yeah, of course.
So, do you want to talk about the hauntings people talk about?
Sure. Yeah.
I can tell you what I
Sure,
heard.
of course, yeah.
Okay, so we talked about it on the way over. I was telling Donald about it. What I heard when the place was being built, there was a construction worker. I think it was a man that was building one of the walls, and he fell and passed away as a result of his injuries. And he's said to be haunting the place. But what's really cool was, like, just a couple years back, some lady came here and said, that was my father that, I don't know if you had heard that.
Yeah, that's actually Barbara Smith put that tale in her book, Haunted Theaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
she's actually written about that, and it's in the book.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just something I heard about. I don't know if you knew, but we're both from the area, and we've been hearing about the place
Yeah.
forever. But yeah, I'd always heard it's haunted by a construction worker that passed away during the construction, and that there is a spirit of a lady that shrieks at night.
Now, I have not heard of the Shrieking Lady.
Oh, okay.
I've definitely heard of, volunteers and, some of our managers at night hearing conversations going on and then expecting people to be around and then don't see anybody. Actually, one of our front of house managers just last week was here, and she was getting ready. The film had ended for the night. She was ready to go ahead and come in here, turn on the lights, start cleaning up and stuff, and she saw an older couple sitting in here watching the credits, and she said, oh, well, I'll just pop back out and come back in a few minutes. Never saw them come out. Came back in, nobody was here.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yeah, so she said she was a little bit spooked, but she's been here for 15, 16 years.
Wow.
So I don't think she's going anywhere.
So she's actually worked here that long?
Yes.
Is that the first time she's ever seen anything, or?
That's the first time she's mentioned to
Oh.
me. So yeah.
Have you? How about you? Have you ever?
Well, I'm actually pretty new to.
Oh yeah, you just started in
Just
May,
started
right?
this year, yeah.
Okay.
So no, I've not experienced anything spooky, but I've certainly we've had some folks coming in. One of our performers came in a few weeks ago, and she said, if this place is haunted, I sure hope those ghosts will make themselves known to me. They must be rather selective.
Yeah.
I heard one story that when I was looking for stuff for that Blacksburg tour, which you guys are going to be part
Right,
of.
yeah.
Do you want to talk about that first, or should I mention this? I guess I'll mention this.
Yeah,
story.
go ahead.
So it was 2016 or so, I think. The AC was out one summer, and there was people here for a movie, and the people here were getting like cold chills and hearing footsteps, and felt like something was brushing up against them, and nobody was here. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So that was neat. It was a tech student who was here for a movie that reported that. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely need the AC, so I don't know where the cool air would have come from if the AC wasn't working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But do you want to? So the tours. Yeah, I guess talk about that.
Yeah, well, the tours I think that you're referring to are part of the Blacksburg Museum. It's housed
Yes.
over in the
Yeah.
Alexander Black House.
Yeah.
So they're bringing back the 16 blocks tour, which goes around the
Okay.
original 16 blocks of Blacksburg, but they were looking to collect some stories that they could
That's where they reached out to
integrate
me, yep.
within the tour during the month of October to kind of add a little spooky flair to the 16 blocks tour. And we will be doing, they're coordinating with the library to do a children's tour that goes from the library down the trail over to the Alexander Black House and here in the downtown area for trick-or-treating.
Well, that's
they'll
cool.
be doing on Halloween as well. Yeah.
And then those of you who've watched us for a while know we did the Alexander House back in the spring, I think it was. I don't remember, but I guess, I don't know, that was part of what started that up or something like that. So that's really cool. But Seth, thanks for showing us around, talking about the history and the haunts of this place, and we'll probably check out, walk around, check out some more. But thank you for having us here and showing us around.
Absolutely. Happy to have you.
Thanks.
Thank you.